Today's video is a collection of short stories about some of the breakup experiences people have had on Reddit. Hopefully, these short stories can help others who may have noticed certain changes within their partner. Without further ado, get yourself a coffee and grab a bowl of popcorn so we can get into it.
My girlfriend left me after 10 years. Even after 4 months, I'm still lost. There weren't any clear indications. Instead, we were actually shopping for a new bed a few days prior. Suddenly, she said she just lost feelings, but didn't say a word about it early enough so we could have tried to work things out. I'm not mad at her. It obviously wasn't easy for her, but I really don't get why this happened. We didn't have a violent relationship. No one cheated. It just didn't work out, and she wanted to be alone. She couldn't even give me an exact reason, and I'm trying to move on and avoid wrapping my head around such things. It's just like my life suddenly come to a stop. I'm 34 and living with my parents again. It's not like I'm still in my early 20s and can meet new people every day. Has anyone else lost a partner after spending so much time together? I'd really like to hear some stories.
Yeah, this is a tough break. It'd help if people communicated that something was wrong earlier on. You can't always expect your partner to know that something's wrong. As an adult, you should have the ability to communicate your concerns to your partner. If you can't do that, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship at all. Let's listen to some of the experiences of other Redditors.
Altruistic ad says, "I'm sorry you're going through this. I promise you, everything's going to be okay. I'm in a similar position. It's been 2 months since we broke up, after being together for 5 years and living together for 3, but it just didn't work out. We didn't know how to communicate and grew apart. After some self-reflection, I've come to realize that I'm at fault for my avoidant attachment style and not putting in the work to address it. I also have underlying issues that are unresolved from previous relationships. I never meant to hurt my ex. Whatever happened, happened. It wasn't meant to be. Things have been up and down lately, and this is going to be the case. This isn't my first rodeo, but I'm making progress with therapy and doing things for myself. It's okay to feel lost. You were attached to your ex, so feeling lost is perfectly normal. Nights and mornings are the worst when it's just me and my thoughts. It helps to journal these thoughts so I can revisit them later to understand them better. Get help if you need it. There's nothing wrong with leaning on friends, family, or a therapist. Use this breakup as an opportunity to reinvent yourself and create the life you've always wanted. It's all about you now. Take the time to grieve, but don't spend too long dwelling. Learn from your mistakes so you can be better in your next relationship whenever you're ready for it. You're going to figure this out and heal. Take care of yourself always, and I hope I was able to send some positive energy your way. I know you're going to have the best life." Interesting Poet says, "I caught my lover of 11 years blossoming with a new guy, and I'm almost at the 4-month mark too. You need to focus on you and only you. Go and start meeting people if you haven't already, and do not compare them to your ex, or you will be lonely for a long time. I'm lucky in the sense that I'm outgoing, funny, and I have no problem being rejected, so I talk to any female I can get attention from. I've made huge bounds in a short time and even have a new full-time chick. And honestly, she may end up being much better than the ex. Just get yourself out there and meet new people and use the pain to make positive changes in your life. I'm 54 and in the best shape of my life, and I changed my entire diet and started working out. These things are easy to change when you're hurt and in pain. Trust me." Difficult Boss says, "After 7 years together, he told me one night that he didn't have feelings for me anymore through text and broke up with me. He didn't even give us the chance to resolve our issues and said he'd been debating it for the previous 2 weeks and came to that conclusion, so every day he was lying to me. It really sucks, and I'm the same mindset as you. I'm not mad about them breaking up, it's the lack of communication that hurt me the most. I felt lied to and betrayed. It's only been 3 months for me, but I honestly feel like I deserve more than that. We deserve someone who's mature enough to have that conversation and discuss what's going on, and potentially resolve the situation. After so many years of being together, there are going to be moments when you think you're unsure, because that dopamine isn't hitting the same as it once did. It will get better, OP, I promise. Give yourself time to heal. Start deciding what kind of future you want for yourself. And most importantly, love yourself and take care of yourself. You come first in your life, so it's important to focus on you for the time being. McFall says, I know the feeling all too well. Me and my partner were together for 8 years and have 2 kids, but she said she fell out of love with me. My part in our breakup all stemmed from my anxiety. It put a strain on the relationship, and I wasn't as helpful with the kids as I should have been. They're both 4 and under. On top of that, she has her own business, and I think the stress of the kids and the business got to her. She said she wants the person I was several years ago, not what I've turned into. I tried to reason with her for the first few weeks, but she already made the decision. Like you, there was no cheating, nothing bad happening in the relationship, apart from a few minor arguments as most couples do. She was cold and said she was relieved. I was heartbroken. She, however, has been great with helping me move into a new place and get sorted out. There was nothing untoward on her phone for me to think her head had been turned, and I can see the kids whenever I want. I do love her, and I do want her back. However, I have self-respect, and not putting myself in a situation where I look desperate. My goal is to prove her wrong and to better myself, not with the end goal of getting her back, but just in general. I want to make her have regrets if her life doesn't pan out the way she thinks it might. I don't think Dumper's regret has hit her yet, but I'm just focusing on myself and getting my life in order before I even think about getting into a new relationship. Anonymous says, my wife dumped me after 12 years because she fell in love with another woman. Don't bother to try to talk her out of it, I did, and it was a waste of time and effort. I was a mess for years, and because we had kids and we need to talk occasionally. Her voice still breaks my heart after 16 years. Her wife hates me for reasons I don't understand, and it's weird being hated by someone who you never did any harm to, and have no reason to hate yourself. I don't blame her because it was my wife's decision to leave me. Of course, I moved on and had relationships with other women. Plenty of other women, in fact. But she still holds a place in my heart. Witty Amphibian says, this is a pretty similar story to my own. We were together for 10 years and I'm now 35. We said we'd have a conversation about it, but it's been 3 months since then, and now she's said that she doesn't want to talk. I'm driving 9 hours next week to return the last of her stuff to her dad. What I got in so many words was that she wanted something different from life than what I wanted. Not really anything more than that. It hurts, and there's no getting past it. I keep telling myself that I'm still young and I can find someone better. Someone who wants the same things in life, but it's really not easy and it sucks. But you probably won't get an answer from her, but can assume it's similar to mine if you like. I don't know. Denarb says, I was in a 6-year relationship that ended in the middle of last year. We were about a week away from our anniversary and we just moved into a house together about 2 to 3 months prior. Our relationship had some problems though, as from day one we were both having personal mental health issues that were affecting our interactions with each other. There are definitely some things I said that I regret, but I was also not treated the way I deserved. However, I thought we had worked through and improved upon a lot of things, and she actually told me after she ended it. She said that my anger issues improved a lot over the years. One day she came home from work and was noticeably upset. I asked her what was wrong and everything just sort of exploded out of her. She dumped a ton of emotional stuff on me, projected her issues onto me, and said that she's basically hated her life for around 2 years. Then just left. No conversation, and no chance to address the things she brought up. She was gone within 24 hours, as she had her family come to move her stuff back to her hometown, which is about 10 hours away. It wasn't until afterwards, though, that I realized how detrimental the relationship had been for me. While I'm doing tremendously better about a year later, there are still a lot of things that I'm working through, especially things related to self-worth and self-esteem, as many of the issues with the relationship were related to her personal insecurities and projecting them onto me. But realistically, my issues didn't lead her to hate her work, cut ties with her friends, or want to drop out of school. I know these situations are hard OP, especially when there were positive aspects to the relationship. But all we can do is try to reflect, grow, and keep moving forward. I'll probably never get to have a conversation with my ex about what happened, so I will never have a chance to address the things she brought up, and I will never have a chance to try and improve upon my actions. But that's okay. I've learned what I can from the experience. I still cherish some of the good, and I can reflect on the negative using those lessons to make a better future for myself. Hang in there, everyone. I can tell you, it does get better, as long as you approach it with the right mindset and attitude.
There really is a serious issue regarding people not talking about what's wrong in their relationship with their partner. I wonder how many relationships could be saved if people communicated effectively, rather than waiting until they've already checked out of the relationship. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Coffee and Popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.